If you want to lower your scores, you're more likely to do so by eliminating bogeys compared to making more birdies. Trust me. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be explaining my favorite golf game to play when you're playing by yourself. It's called Worst Ball. The reason why I like this game is because it simulates tournament golf better than any other golf game you can play, and you need a minimum of 2 balls. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's basically an inverted best ball. So instead of taking the best shot out of the 2 or 3 or 4, you take the worst shot. So if you pump your first drive in the middle of the fairway and that next one goes Oscar Bravo right in the trees, you have to hit the one in the trees, and then you basically play out from there following that same pattern. And that's why I like it, because I find this prepares me the best for tournaments. Make sure there's nobody behind you, because they're not gonna like it. I won't like it either. So I have 3 balls here. We're at the 4th hole, Sandpiper Golf Course. We have the par 5 here, very tight. It's a dog leg. It's a hard dog leg left to right. So we're just gonna hit this pretty straight. It's gonna peel a little bit here. But the name of the game is we want 3 balls in play. All right, it's right down the middle. Love that. Not very far. The ball's not going very far at all, but that was perfect. That was terrible. I kind of necked it. It's not bad. It's just going to be like left side. That's so bad. It's going to be, don't go in the bunker. It's a little short. Perfect. And then the last one. So right now we're going to have to take that second ball. So we're hoping just get this in the middle of the fairway. So that second ball is going to be our worst shot. And yeah, just did that. Right in the middle of the fairway. So 3 shots, 2 in the fairway, and unfortunately 1 is going to be very far away. So we'll cut to the next shot. So like I mentioned on the tee, those first 2 shots were actually pretty perfect, right beside each other right there. It's kind of hard to see, and that second one is, second ball is over there. So, I mean, I'd easily be able to go for it in 2 from here, but with that side hill lie and the ball below my feet, and that extra like 20 yards behind, it's gonna make it a little bit tricky. So I think we're just gonna have to lay up to about 100 yards or so. All right, so I got my 3 balls here, and we're gonna do a bit of math just because we have to play a little strategic, because we aren't gonna just blast it on the green. So I need to make sure I have a good number in. Where is the pin? All right, there it is, middle. It looks front middle. So I'm getting 244 pin. I know since it's a red flag, it's at the front. So if I lay up too close, it's gonna be hard to get to. So I need to give myself a fuller shot. I could just blast a 3-iron there and have, I don't know, 20 yards or so. But with that stuff on the right there, it doesn't make sense. I'm bound to hit one a little, because my miss is right, so I'm bound to hit one there. So I need to play the percentages here and have as many looks as birdie as possible. So 244 pin, what do I want? I like 80 yards personally. So that's what, a 164 yard shot. So it's a little bit uphill. You can't really see it from here. It's a little bit uphill. So I'm gonna give it 5 yards. So let's do a clean 6. So 170. So I can either hit a 7 or an 8-iron. Now, if I'm gonna err, I'd rather err on the side of having a little bit more in, so 85. So, because that's kind of in between right now, my yardage. So I'm gonna go with an 8-iron here and try to have between 80 and like 87, let's say. So honestly, I'm just gonna try to be in the fairway. I'm gonna aim maybe that greenside bunker, because it has to peel left to right with this lie. So let's see. And I chunked it. So hopefully that's gonna be the worst shot. That was really bad. Again, that's why I love this game. It's a game of misses, and that's what golf is like. So I remember hearing someone say, I don't know who it was, but a PGA Tour player said, if you want to make it to the PGA Tour to kind of see what level you're at, you need to be able to shoot consistently under par from the back tees of your home course doing 3-ball worst ball. And that sounds impossible, but that's just how good they are. So it's a matter of being consistent and not making mistakes. It's not necessarily making a lot of birdies, it's not making mistakes. The average PGA Tour pro, I think the best PGA Tour pros are making like 4 to 5 birdies a round. That's not that many, but they make very little mistakes. So we hit a poor shot off the get-go, so we're just gonna try to hit these next 2 right in the middle. I'm surprised it didn't peel left to right, but I did hit it a little fat. so it's going to close the face a ton. Yep, that's good. That's exactly what I figured the first one would do. All right, we got one more. Yeah, so first one bad, second two in the middle of the fairway. Make sure you sand and seed this because it's you don't want to be taking a lot of divots here. You want to respect the golf course. So make sure you take care of your golf course. Like ideally you have sand and seed. I didn't see any at the front there, so I'm gonna have to build this as much as I can. You know, that's not too bad. All right, let's go see what we have for our third shots. All right, so I got my first one, and I have about 93 yards to the pin. My first two were bank smack in the middle of the fairway, which is great. I had about 85 yards with both of them. So right there, that tells me that my shot selection and my decision making was very good, because if I would have hit a better first one, I would have had the exact number I wanted to in. And that's a reason why I really like this game, is because it really teaches you to have good strategy and good thinking. Physical errors, regardless of what skill level you're at, are always going to occur. Pro level, beginner level, it doesn't matter. It's always going to happen. But you can always think correctly. You can always have a good mental process. You can always have a good mental routine. All those things don't need to change. But understand, physical errors will always happen. You can always think clearly and objectively. And that's why this game is so good, because it's about bogey avoidance. And if you want to lower your scores, you're more likely to do so by eliminating bogeys compared to making more birdies. Trust me, it's the same at every single level. Like I said earlier, the average PGA Tour player makes 4 to 5 birdies around. That's not that many if you actually think about it, but they make very few bogeys. So decision making was good. If I would have hit a better one, we would be in a better situation. But I have 93 yards now. The ball is absolutely going to play a little bit longer here. I can't really feel too much wind. The air is definitely heavy. It is a little bit rainy. Not right now, but the air is definitely heavy, slightly uphill. So at 93 yards, honestly, I'm going to play it an even 100 yards. I'm going to give it that 7 yards more, just because I feel like, I mean, if I'm a little bit long, it's fine. So I am in the rough, so unfortunately, I can't really gauge the spin, so I just need to make sure my grooves are clean. And 93 yards, playing 100, that's a full 58-degree wedge for me, so I'm just going to hit this full. If it goes a little bit long, I can live with that. What I can't live with is short. So I'm going to give it a nice full swing. Hit that really good. It's right at the pin. Come on. I hit the flag stick. I literally hit the flag stick. That's funny. Dialed right there. Again, that tells me that my yardage was very good. Tells me my number was really good. So we're just going to make the exact same swing there. Same. Pretty much did the exact same thing. That's right at it as well. Really good shot. Very quality shot. Okay, that's 2. It's 2 really good swings in a row. Now this is where the pressure comes in, because I've now hit 2 good shots. I'm actually going to have a great look at birdie, but this last pesky golf shot is going to need to be hit really well, because if I don't, I have to take the worst ball. So that's why I really do love this game. All the pressure is going to be put on here. And for me, it seems counterintuitive, but I'm going to try to place as much pressure on myself right now as possible. I want to get my thoughts bad. I want to think of bad outcomes, everything, to try to see if I can get my own mental routine out of those thoughts. Because when I'm in tournaments, sometimes those thoughts creep in. So if I can handle it now, I'm better equipped for later. Because in the grand scheme of things, this round, this shot means nothing. So I'm going to really try to talk myself into good thoughts, good positive thoughts, and only focus on the target. I've hit 2 good shots. There's no reason why I can't do a third. So same thing, right at the pin, 100 yards, full swing lob wedge. Let's go. Yeah, clipped it really nice. Right at the pin again. That's 3, a little bit right this time, but that's good. I can now take that feeling, that golf shot, I can store it in my memory bank for next time I'm playing a golf tournament, that I can hit off a really kind of gross, thin, rough lie to hit it pin high. So that's the name of the game with this thing, guys, is you want to make sure you hit good shots, avoid bad shots. So let me go get my massive divots again. So I imagine because there's only 2 other golfers playing today, So they must not have put it out. But yeah, always sand and seed. Make sure you take care of your golf course. Now, before we get to the green, again, I just want to reiterate that this is a game of consistency. Every single time I hear people, when it comes to things they want with golf, is I want to be more consistent. I want to be more consistent. And one, they don't practice consistently, but also doing things like this game, when you're by yourself, when no one else is here, is a great way to see your level of consistency. For me, I pretty much hit all very good shots here, and we're going to see the putts here in a sec, but I'm a professional golfer. I'm very consistent. I don't hit too many bad shots. I don't hit that many great shots, but my frequency of bad shots is so much less than someone who shoots in the 80s, 90s, 100s, and that's the name of the game. So this is a very good way of testing that consistency. So let's see where we are. So hit the flag stick there. Okay, so we're gonna treat this, again, this is not a game to rush if you wanna do it properly and correctly. So we're gonna take our time here. We're gonna read it fully, go through my full routine. And for me, I like to aim point, so right away I can feel it sloping slightly this way. Not a lot, but a little bit. The greens are a little slow, so it's not gonna move as much. So it's definitely right to left for sure. Now for me, how I like to read the putts is I like to see where it's gonna enter. And I feel based on my feeling, it's gonna enter somewhat like this. So it's gonna enter around, like if this is 6 o'clock, it's gonna enter around like 4:35-ish. So that means my aim point is gonna be roughly around here. So let's see, and again, it's a little slow, so I think I need to, if anything, we need to play slightly less break and a little bit more speed. So I think based on looking here, I may give myself a little bit less break and hit it on the firmer side. So that's kind of my read. Honestly, that little thing just right of the hole is kind of what I'm going to be aiming at. So the main thing here is just keeping up the speed. Yeah, it just didn't keep up. That's the thing. That was the perfect line. That's annoying. We won't be able to make bogey, or we won't be able to make birdie. But now this is where the lag putt comes in. It's a different mindset now, as opposed to being aggressive, making a birdie. Now I need to putt a little bit more on the defensive side because I don't want to 3-putt. So it really shifts that mindset. So we're going to try to hit the exact same putt here, maybe a hair less speed. Honestly, the exact same speed as that first one. That was horrific, but push that a little bit. So speed's good on those three, so those two, and let's see if we can do the third one. That was good speed. It's just kind of a weird putt. It really wants to break, but the speed of the greens are super small. So let's see. This one looks like it's the furthest. I mean, I'd like to think I'd be able to make all of these, but there's one, there's two, there's three. So that is a very nice par. On a par 5, again, birdies would be nice, but again, this is a game of bogey avoidance and consistency. So if you have free time, if there's nobody behind you on days like today, it's the winter, it's cold, it's Canada, so there's not too many golfers out here, it is a perfect time to see your level of consistency, bogey avoidance, your mental processes. This game will teach you so many things. So worst ball is one of the best games to do, and I'll be honest, I wouldn't really recommend, if you can't break 80, I wouldn't recommend doing it, to be honest, because you're just going to frustrate yourself. You're going to hit a lot of bad shots. It's going to take forever. But if you're someone who's looking to play tournaments, get better, and want to see where they're at, worst ball is one of the best ways you can simulate tournament golf. So if you like the video, I'm going to do more of these. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm going to be doing more YouTube videos in the future. So if you're still here, I really appreciate it. See you next time.